Hello everyone, I'm Shivangi Saraswat. I hope you all are doing well in this quarantine period. So, this video is about the concept of social welfare, and in this video I would like to illustrate about the approaches, principles of social welfare administration. Also, I will explain about the different welfare schemes related to underprivileged section of our society for women, children and disabled. So let us start. First of all, I will explain how this concept social welfare came into being. So this concept is connected with the social problems of industrial society, because with the rise of industrialization the problems were more visible, right? Although problems like poverty, sickness, social disorganization have existed throughout the history of mankind, but the industrial society of 19th century and 20th century have faced so many social problems that resulted into the need for the broader system of social services, and since that time the government has taken an increasingly greater responsibility for the well-being of the citizens. Now, the meaning of social welfare. Although many writers have defined social welfare, but the broad definition of social welfare is that it is refers to the organized provision and services for the society dealing with the social problems. According to Walter A. Friedlander, social welfare is the organized services and institution designed to aid individuals and groups to attain satisfying standard of life and health and personal and social relationship, which permits them to develop their full capacities. Richard Tutmus also define it. He says all collective interventions to meet certain needs of the individual and or to serve the wider interest of the society. Although there are many other writers as well who define social welfare, but in a broader sense we can say social welfare comprises the well-being and interest of the large number of people. It includes physical, mental, social, emotional, spiritual and economic needs. In other words, we can say that social welfare includes the basic institution and processes related to facing and solving the social problems. Now, what kind of social problems these are? What are these social problems? These are the problems which affects the large number of people first, and which requires some kind of concerted group effects to resolve it. Now I would like to explain you about the social welfare. Now, as we know that welfare provides individual with the basic needs necessary to live a healthy life with the capability to enjoy the freedom that are available to all. Therefore, it is essential to note the importance of welfare for underprivileged individual who needs government assistance in the form of welfare. Like, it is about all the people who needs welfare and who needs the help of the government for their development. As we know that there is no equality in the society. There is difference in class. There is class differences, and in order to eradicate that class differences we really need welfare schemes. The society needs the government assistance for the implementation of welfare schemes for underprivileged people, for that section who is not that privileged, for that section who is not privileged equivalent to other sections of the society. As Andrew Haywood gives the statement in favor of welfare, that how welfare is important and how it promotes social cohesion and national unity. He says that uh, social welfare gives all citizens a stake in society and guarantees at least basic social support. He also states that it enlarges freedom in the sense that it safeguards people from poverty and it provides condition in which they can develop and realize their potentials. He also assures that he also says and says that social welfare assures prosperity by countering the effects of social deprivation and helping those who cannot help themselves, and it serves a redistributive mechanism. That means social welfare serves a redistributive mechanism in a society which promotes greater equality and strengthens the sense of social responsibility. After understanding the importance of social welfare, I would like to illustrate the approaches of social welfare. In the classical analysis of social welfare, the two theorists, that is Walensky and Lebeux, Lebeux, defines two concepts. There are two concepts under the approaches to social welfare. Those concepts are the residual concept and the institutional concept. So the residual concept holds that social welfare institution should came into play only when the normal structures that concept says that social welfare should be in the society when there is any kind of breakdown in the structures or in the structures like family or market. But on the other hand, the institutional concept says that it seems that social welfare services are normal. That means social services is a necessary ongoing function on the complex independent society. So these concepts represent a comprehensive between the value of economic individualism and free enterprises on the one hand, and security, equality and humanitarian on the other hand. Uh, these two concepts seems antithetical, but Paul Weinberger had an opinion that neither ideology exists in a vacuum. So each of these concepts is reflected a broader societal conditions, and with further industrialization we can say the second, that means the institutional concept, is likely to prevail. So here we can say that the institutional concept, that means the social welfare schemes are just normal. These are that concept says that it is an ongoing process and which is necessary on the humanitarian grounds, on the grounds of equality and security. This is what institutional concept says. So now I would like to tell you about the principles of social welfare administration. The following principles that I'm gonna tell you is generally recognized as being in accordance with social welfare practices. So, the principle, as the principles of social welfare administration says that the objective and function of social welfare should be clearly defined. It says that it should be clearly defined. Second, it says that its program should be based upon the actual needs, as it should be limited in scope and territory to a field in which it can operate efficiently. The agency should be soundly organized. It also says that the agency which is working for the social welfare, it should be soundly organized, as it should have a clear cut distinction between policy making and execution. Uh, it also says that the agency should operate on the basis of sound personnel policies and good working conditions. It says that personnel should be employed on the basis of their professional qualification, and should be paid adequate salaries, and should be have the adequate qualities and quantity to meet the needs of the agencies. The work of the agency should be characterized. This is also a very important principle, that the work should be characterized by a basic desire to serve human beings, and and to having an understanding of the individual whom it seems to serve and their needs. Last but not the least, that the agency should operate on the basis of an annual budget. It should have an adequate accounting system, and its account should be audited yearly. Now I will explain you about the different policies and schemes that government initiated for the well-being of the society. One of them is Manrega. Maybe you all have heard about Manrega. Manrega stands for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Also, there is right to education. There is National Health Mission. There is right to food security is also there. Right to information also considered as a social welfare scheme. There are social welfare schemes for different section of the society. Like there are schemes for women and child development. For child development, there are different welfare schemes, like there are reception centers for adopting, there are crutches. Welfare schemes for women are there is marriage assistance, which is under the government, and government gives essential financial assistance to the daughter of poor widow or orphan girls, to widows remarriage and intercaste marriage, etc. There are service homes as well for the women of age 18 to 40 years with the income of less than 12,000 per annum. They take care of the women there. There are other financial aids that government give them. They give financial counseling to women through guidance bureau for women. There are setting up of family counseling centers, and also government provide reservation to women at grassroots level, which helps them to develop their full capacities. For underprivileged section of our society like SC/ST, there are different schemes, like Scheduled Caste Development Bureau is there for their financial and physical benefits. There are special center assistants to special component plans. There are Mandal Commission. There is other reservations at higher schools and universities, colleges, job opportunities for their wholesome development. Now, the welfare activities for the differently able section of our society, we have National Institute of Disabled, which is mainly responsible for conducting research in order to effectively deal with the multiple problems of disabled population. Also, regional rehabilitation centers are there in 5 composite regional centers for the person with disability. There is a National Handicap Finance and Development Corporation, uh, and it is an level financial institute for the person with disability for their economic development. There are many other schemes as well, like there is Deen Dayal Disable Rehabilitation Scheme by the center for the person with disability so that they can overcome their challenges. Government also provide social welfare schemes for senior citizens. There is National Old Age Pension Scheme, in which all persons of 60 year and above are eligible, and government provide 400 rupees per month to the person who is a senior citizen. There are daycare centers and old age homes which serve several needs for senior citizens who are socially isolated by their families because of their old age. Our government provide many welfare schemes and policies like Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Atal Pension Yojana is also there, and Ujala, which is a program for providing LED lights in rural area. Digital India program is also very known welfare scheme by government. Midday meals in school for primary school students, and there are other schemes as well which is conducted under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Now, to conclude, I just want to say that the state play a primary and crucial role in the protection and promotion of economic and social well-being of its citizen, which is based on the principle of equality of opportunity. So, hence, it indicates the importance of humanity regardless of particular circumstances. I would like to end this video by thanking my professor, Dr. Chandrakanta K. Mathur. She gave me the opportunity to make this video, and I thank you all for watching it. Thank you so much.